Shaq gives his thoughts on Ja Morant. You are not a rapper. You are an NBA player. That's what we were just saying before. I agree 100% with him. I agree with Shaquille O'Neal 100%. We haven't even watched this video yet. TNT crew talks on Ja Morant's situation. But yeah, again, I just think he's young. He's a fan of everybody, all them rappers and everything going on. And again, just wanted to be associated with that lifestyle. But sometimes it's just definitely not worth it. And that's what I told Ja. That's what I was just saying. I told you, like, Ja, you can't forget that. You can't forget that. Like, yeah, you're super talented and stuff, but there's been a lot of talented athletes that we've seen before, and what the media does is just make them look terrible. Like Terrell Owens, I love Terrell Owens, even back in the day with the Eagles, but the media tried so hard to make him look like he was just the worst player to play with, trash talker. Remember, that's my quarterback, him crying. They even roasted him for crying about Tony Romo. Like, that shit was hilarious. Chad Ochocinco for dancing, and now every player's doing TikToks, holding cell phones, jumping in the crowd, dancing, doing wild, like, come on. But they try to make Ochocinco look like the worst athlete in history, like he was just an animal. He was untamed because he was celebrating when he scored a touchdown. When the media picks a player and they attack, sometimes talent doesn't even stand. You get me? Like, talent doesn't even hold you. Again, people will still fold, people will still hate, people will still try to push you away and try to say that you're not worth being in front of their kids. Yeah, you're a great talent, but you're not worth it. And a lot of teams will be scared to invest in you and just even bring you to their establishment. We've seen a lot of these bad athletes that people try to say that they're uncoachable. I don't think Ja Morant is nowhere near there. I think he's super talented. He's my favorite player in the NBA. Definitely. After Kobe, I didn't have no favorite player. I was, again, even like not even caring about basketball like that. And Ja Morant really got me to start watching basketball again.
You should always believe in the outcome.
I tell all my friends that risk versus reward. Risk versus reward. When you're going to do something, just think about it. Is the risk worth the reward, or is it not? If it's not, don't do it. You see? So they were on some LeVar Ball shit too. Like, that's super fire. They had a mini court. He was training them, showing them basketball and everything. That's super fire. To go from that and working so hard and making your dad's, not only your dreams, but your father's dreams as well, being a great father and showing that all the time you put in to make you the athlete you are today was not a waste of time. And you also took it serious because look at who you became. Take steps back is just not the smartest thing.
I've also seen the video where your mom and dad, they got the nice mansion right next door to you. That's what we're trying to get to. And once we get there, we know the letter of the law. We know what not to do, what not to say, and we know common sense. Think of the higher power. Like, I feel for him now, but I also feel for his mother and father. Like, what are they going through? So guys, before you...
Like I just said, I didn't want to sound selfish when I said don't also think about your dream, also your father and all the time you put in it. I'm not saying, like, again, this is Ja Morant's life. I totally understand that. But your parents sacrifice a lot to get you in the places that you are today. And when you become a great like that, sometimes your parents step time, like his dad could have been chilling with his boys, his dad could have been smoking cigars, his dad could have been chilling, but instead of doing all that and wasting time, he chose to spend that with you and your brothers, you and your siblings. I'm not sure on exactly, Shaq said you and your brother, I didn't even know there were siblings to the Morant family, but you and your siblings on trying to help you guys become athletes and investing time yourself and get everything you want for yourself materialistically and spiritually. You can also do it for your parents and whoever in your family. Come on, that's fire.
Make a dumb decision. Not a
We got the Grateful Dead's on too. I just peeped that. That's fire. I just peeped that. The yellow one's on. That's fire. That's fire. I just peeped that. But Shaq's not lying. You have to do a lot of steps to take your phone out and click live. But from being a young kid, this is what I could say is there's times where you're super smacked. There's just times you're super smacked. You record a whole movie, bro. I be waking up the next day with a whole episode, like literally a whole episode. Like, yo, I recorded this, I posted this. Oh shit, you just start. So come on, I totally understand from both sides. I get what Shaq is saying. There's steps. It's not like you just get to do that and it just, oh my God, your phone starts recording. I get it. You have to click live. You have to do a lot of things. But also being young, we always have our phone in our hands and we're just lit doing all this. You wake up the next day and be like, yo, I should have never recorded that. We already seen an update today. I told you. I just took my phone out trying to find you guys one thing. We saw that Powerade steps away from Ja Morant. Powerade steps away from Ja Morant. You just had one sneaker drop with Nike. Again, what is Nike going to do? We saw Adidas stepped away from Kanye as soon as everybody's like, yo, nah, chill, we're stepping away. Oh, word, y'all all stepping away. See, yeah, we were going to stick, but since they're leaving, we'll leave too just to save our own ass. Nike will definitely do the same thing. If somebody like Kanye West that was making that billions... We already seen the update. You're making nowhere near damn near that with them sneakers that I saw. So think about what they'll do in her situation. And Shaq's little face at the little he's mad big. Yo, imagine Shaq holding that little ass 9. That shit look little in Ja Morant's hands. Imagine in Big Shaq Diesel. I need this as well. But yeah, remember what they did to Plaxico Burress? They made him look like a demon and he didn't even take it out and shoot it. The shit went off. And he got hit. It's not even like somebody else got hit. He's like, there's people that should be in line right now to be telling him, like, yo, you're kind of bugging out a little bit. We all have to change. We all have to act a little bit different. And we all have to act around Ja different because we're seeing that we're affecting. Our acts are affecting him. That's what I'm assuming from the outside. We're young, so I don't think this can ruin him. But if they try to keep him in a box and keep just trying to bring this shit up and like, yo, remember when Ja Morant was flashing guns? Flashing them threes like he was flashing them guns. Like shit like that. You know, when the announcers would be saying crazy shit. So I just hope that they don't put him in a box like that. He did it to himself, so he has to know what's going to come. With the talent that he is, it's not like he's a regular player. And I do understand that, again, if he continues down this path, talent could only hold you for so long. But I think he's still super young in his career. It's still super early, and I think he can spin this all around. I get back to that. Sometimes you become that star, and you're like, yo, what am I working for? What am I doing? And lose that hunger. Don't forget, you still haven't won a chip, boy. There's still a lot of shit. Yeah, you that guy. That's why I said you top 10. I'm not going to say you the one because they can't. That shit will go through his head yet. You can't step over Steph Curry, a dude that got multiple chips already still in the league. You can't step over Damian Lillard. Don't got chips, but he has put a lot of stats up and done a lot of different things in the league for a couple years. You know how you can step over players like that? By getting a chip.
We'll see how long Ja.
And that's why vets are always needed. Again, sometimes we do forget, like, yo, why is Haslam still playing, bro? Haslam still on the roster. This nigga's out there with a suit on. Like, why is players like that needed? But players like that are needed sometimes to just calm down these young dudes that just want to go out there and forget what they need and the discipline that they need to be champions. And a vet that's won chips knows what it takes, so that's another
is out. We're going to wait for more information. Of course, Steven Adams tried to talk to the team. We'll see.
Steven Adams tried to talk to the team.
Seems like more information continues to come out. There are so many young stars. Their ceilings are seemingly limitless. We are rooting for all of them. We get to watch Anthony Edwards tonight.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. I just hope, again, this video I like because Shaq was a player himself. So, again, players like that in Candace, they've played, so they can kind of, like, you get me, like, they talk to you and kind of like a vet. Again, we were just talking about how important vets are. They're still a vet at the end of the day, so they talk to you on, like, not beating you up because they've been there before. Shaq has done shit where, again, the media try to attack him, so he's just trying to tell you, don't forget, don't give them ammo to kill yourself with, you get me? Don't give them bullets to shoot you with. It just doesn't make any sense.